Hey, what's up, everybody? Super crazy week last week. We got broke into, as I saw in that other video. All my camera stuff got stolen. Had a short work week. I'm actually traveling right now, coming to you from a dumpster in an undisclosed location. Uh, I did get out last week and shoot some footage of a quality control inspection I did and a furnace install where the guys were tearing out an old one. So I feel like there's a lot still good content in there as far as tips and tricks you can ask contractors you're hiring for your own homes, what quality work looks like on these jobs we did, things like that. I also want to thank all of you who are new to the channel. I really appreciate you coming on board, just seeing what we do in weatherization. It's something I really care deeply about, and I feel like it doesn't get the attention it deserves. I know this channel obviously won't do that, but we'll see. I also want to thank Patrick from Fine Home Building for plugging the show. I know that's how a lot of you found it. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll come back and we'll just talk about a few things maybe you can do to improve your home's performance, questions you can ask contractors, tips, tricks, things like that. So let's take a look.
Alright guys, so I want to do a little video here on quality of install for mechanical appliances in these weatherization homes. This is a furnace and water heater that we just got done installing. I did a video last week on an in progress here. But I just want to point a few things out how you can tell this wasn't done by a bunch of hacks. It's done by skilled tradespeople that care about their work, care about what other people think of their work, and just have a little bit of pride in what they do. So we're going to start off with these vent pipes. These things are running up laser straight. They're equal distance apart. They're not leaning, or they didn't fit that pipe a little too long, so it pushes that one out. They're perfect. They bring them around here. They make nice bends. They keep the distance between the pipe the same, so you have a nice even reveal as the pipes travel across the trunk line. They make some nice turns right here. Keep them against the floor nice and tight. Keep them running straight. They come out down here to their concentric vent. They've got their labeling on these. They run out the sill. It's all sealed around. This is perfect. This is exactly what you want to see on a job like this. They've got two furnace filters left here. They've got their tape. They've got all their loose wires and stuff zip tied up real nice. Nothing's flopping around. Again, on their piping, it's coming out and it's running the same. It's not wider at the bottom than it is at the top. They keep it nice and tight to the furnace here. Run it out. Everything looks as it should. When you come to their mastic, these guys have masking taped off the plenum and the furnace connection here, and then they masticed it. So there's not mastic slopped all over. There's not fingerprints on anything. Their lines are straight. They kept a reveal around here. This might have taken them 15 extra minutes, and it's gonna look nice forever. And then when I look at I can see where they've got their testing holes plugged up, where they were testing for static pressure and temperature rise. But like I say, it's just, you can come down here, and I haven't even run any of the flue gas or temperature, but I already know this install was done by people that really have pride in what they're doing, care about doing nice, neat work. There's no crap laying around here. On their water heater, they've made a little connection here, clamp, to keep that thing from flopping all over. They've got their tape on there, their discharge pipe. When you look at their water line insulation, it's nice and neat and tidy. Like, this isn't just bent here and kind of taped up tight. They've got it going, you're supposed to be 6 feet. They've notched around their hangers. They've notched around other pipes coming in. They've got their cord off their motor. It's all nice, tidy, kept up here, out of the way. Again, with their pipe, it's running out nice and straight, sealed around. This is just as nice of a job as you can possibly ask for. And it's, when we started a mechanical crew, this is the work I wanted our clients to get. This is the work I wanted to inspect. These are the kind of people I want to work around. And both our crews are doing fabulous, but this is just really, really nice. I could stand down here and stare at this stuff for hours. So if you guys are new to being a QCI or inspections in general, just to do a quick visual, that'll tell you a lot. Like, if these pipes are pushed out because one pipe's too long or something, you know that they really maybe don't care as much as they should. They could be doing a better job. You'll generally find things that are worse than this in places that are harder to inspect. So it's definitely a clue on the level of intensity you need to give your inspection, because you'll find stuff that they've tried to hide somewhere. I'd about guarantee it. But you know, it's pretty easy to look at this and tell you're working with pros. All right, so we started a new job yesterday. This is the heat exchanger out of the furnace we took out. They had a 165,000 BTU furnace. I think we went back with a 42. This is only about 1,000 square foot house, had no insulation. There's the main man, Dan,
Howdy.
getting it done. Here's the orifice on this thing. Put my finger here for scale. That's about a 1/4 inch hole. That thing is just puking out gas. It's a 1 burner furnace. I can't imagine what this lady's natural gas bill is going to do. The walls have no insulation. We're going to dense pack them. Attic had no air sealing, very little insulation. This is a really small house. It had an extremely large furnace just to make up for the amount of heat that was escaping the place. The guy said also when they tested the air and the supplies in return, that thing was pumping air out that was like 160 degrees out of the ducts. All right, so we saw in that first job the quality of work that's done by true tradespeople that really care about their home. We also talk about in there is how we took, you know, 100,000 BTU furnace, and because of other measures we added in that home, now the furnace only has to be a 50,000 or 42,000 BTU. This is huge, and these are things, when you hire tradespeople, very rarely will you hire just one. If you're hiring, let's just say a furnace contractor, he should be speaking to you of other measures you can couple with that furnace to reduce the size of it. It doesn't do any good to put in a brand new 100,000 BTU furnace if you have such poor insulation in your attic. 50% of it's ending up there. We don't want to heat the attic. So when you bring in a furnace contractor, if they don't mention, you know, hey, your insulation is a little deficient up there, I would recommend, you know, bringing in an insulation contractor, add another, you know, R10 or R20 up there. That should be a little bit of a warning sign. That's not saying they don't do good work. It just means they may not have the knowledge of home performance maybe that they need. The house is a system, everything has to work together. So, you know, if you feel they do good work and they're, you know, they may be the best in your area, and I know how it is in rural areas. Sometimes the guys are great, but they just have never had the level of competition in the area to make them, you know, get what they need as far as knowledge and the understanding of how a house works. That's fine, but maybe that's where you step in and say, what do you think of our insulation levels up there? What if we made it an R50 instead of the R19 that's up there? What would that do to our furnace load? And the same thing if you're bringing in an insulation contractor to add that, you know, extra R30 to your attic. He should speak to you of things you can do up there. You know, if we insulate, your vent fans aren't vented through the roof. So if we insulate your attic, all that moisture is going to be trapped up there in a much colder attic now, and you're going to have mold and moisture problems. So, as I said, the house is a system. Everything affects everything else. You're very rarely going to hire just one person. And if the person you're hiring doesn't speak to maybe bringing another person in to, you know, do these other measures, you could be hurting your house. So you may need to ask them. Ultimately, it is your house, and you need to protect your investment. So do your due diligence. Easy for me to say. Do a little homework. Educate yourself on, you know, just the building science principles. It's too hard to earn this money to just throw it away to someone that just wants to get through the week. So when you bring tradespeople in there, always realize that's probably not the only person that needs to be in there when you're doing that job. Hope this helps. Hope you all have a good week, and I probably won't put out much next week with traveling and stuff, but hopefully the week after we can get the camera equipment replaced and get the show back on the road. All right, stay safe, everybody.